to see me anyway.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
But Otis gonna keep the gang together.
That's true.
Let me tell you
We
something.
appreciate
Carson Newbar, good evening. I almost messed that up.
Yep.
Kamala Buford, good evening. Cassandra Scott, good evening. Pastor Nicholas J. Gaddis, good evening.
Hey, Pastor brother.
Odie, good evening. Wanda Smith, Asaya Aquil, aka Mama Aquil.
Will.
Y'all know who I brought in today, don't y'all? Y'all already see who I brought in. A little bit of Sister Soldier, a little bit of, some of the wisdom of the great ones, and I'm talking about the ladies. And I'm not speaking of winters, none of this. I'm just saying.
This Negro right here.
That right there over there.
I swear to God.
That is Queen Sheba.
I swear to God.
No name, Javier Ellis, Detroit boy, Sunflower 34.
That wasn't bad shit.
Lawana Terry. Well, it's always good when I could throw it back. Carolyn Hendricks, Lil Mama, Andre Holland, Cameron Hardy, Marcia A. Tarbert. I see T from the D, Darnell Dumas, and Cicero. Now, I'm just gonna say this. This ain't me. This is the women taking over. They came in. Sister Renee Jackson. Good evening, y'all. Y'all wanted her? Kawana Mack, Classy K,
Why do it
L
say
the
the
Golden
morning
Child
bump, Nikki?
Shop. I don't know why I didn't change. I
Need to go in
should.
there and change
I ain't gonna do it live and mess something up.
Yeah, don't do that live.
Right,
Let me go on and share. Let me
Yeah,
back to
just
share.
but we live, fam. You know what? I gotta make a little. Hold on.
You gotta make a little hold on.
No,
You
y'all
gotta
keep
make a little
talking.
hold on.
Y'all
hold
keep
on,
talking.
Hold on.
I got this together because that's what
Hold
I
on
do.
just a second, y'all. But good morning and oh Lord, we so used to
All
saying
right,
good
turn it
morning,
to the
good
evening bump, baby.
evening, good evening, everybody.
evening
And
bump.
we got Sister Taliba
all right,
sitting
thank you.
here with us today, and thank you so much, Sister Taliba, for gracing
Yes.
the
It's a done
HN
deal.
Studios, man.
Thank you. It will be in the
Yes.
evening bump in just a few minutes.
What?
I'm finna change the title. This finna be good. Miss
Oh,
Kariza
okay,
Smith.
okay.
Unc Carl Lewis in the building. Lovely one. This is a takeover of a wisdom today. This what I think this gonna be. I'm gonna say this.
It's gonna be beautiful.
I'm getting something like a feeling of the
Greatness.
Spears when they talking about when Harriet Tubman said that she would have killed the ones that she took the ones who wasn't waking up. I think that's what we're gonna get today. I don't think Sister Taliba really gonna spare anybody.
I don't think so either. She got notes. She ready for it.
She
She ready. She came ready.
John Campbell. Good evening.
She came ready.
Otis Thorpe. Omar Thorpe. I got to get that right. Omar.
And she's
Concrete
sitting over here
Jungle.
like she at home too. Like
Donnell
she
Meredith.
just, you sitting over here like I gotta watch her, Mickey, because she
Sherry
sat
Allen.
plop right down.
Good evening,
As the
family.
old folks say, she done plop right down in that middle seat.
I
like,
think Jawan
I'm
Jackson.
watch you, girl. I'm watching you.
One thing y'all can say, we didn't play this week. We didn't play.
We don't never come to play.
Mary Davis, good
What?
evening. Welcome.
Should I adjust this so it won't be black in my face?
However you want to do it,
Okay.
sister.
Yeah, scoot up, you starting to
This
scoot
Okay.
up the mic and-
You at home.
A little nervous.
Well,
Well,
nervous. Man, you better go somewhere. Nervous.
You know, that's what they say before they go to work. They come in and say, I'm so
Get outta here.
nervous. And then they just go to work. You see that flyer up already? Did you see the thumbnail up already, family? Did y'all see the thumbnail?
Cause we got
Yeah.
the
Y'all
second
see-
greatest
y'all
producer
see how
and
I work.
podcaster in the world. His
Y'all
name
see-
is Trevor
Y'all
Berry
see how I'm working. I don't play
aka
around.
the Ranter.
I don't play around.
That's Trevor.
Can I put a team
That's
together? Can I put a team together?
I think we do pretty
Y'all-
good. We like the three amigos.
Smash that like button. Smash that like button.
Hit the like button. We got.
Y'all
Come on.
been-
We missing about another 100 people. We need to get to 100.
I'm sending it to my people right now.
Oh, me
Y'all
too.
been acting like y'all been
Get
ready
on
for
here.
this type of conversation.
I don't know. You think they ready?
Well, I'm
Cause
just
she
saying.
definitely gonna spark my mind.
I don't, right now, whoever catch strays, that's on y'all. I done caught enough in my life anyway. About time I can see other people fold up. So I'm like, I'm here. I'm going to just give me some popcorn.
Yep.
And then if it's some
Matter of
feelings going to be hurt, it's
Hey.
life.
Hey,
You know?
it is what it is, Mick.
You only live once to tell the truth.
And she already saying it. Yep, that's it. It is what it is.
You only live once to tell the truth. But with further ado, at times like this is when they say God would raise people. You know, we're not talking about the ones who want to still play with Pharaoh.
Okay, we done made it over 100 now.
He gonna bring the rebellious ones. And one that just came through the door and sat in the chair. How you doing, Sister Taliba?
I'm doing very well. Peace to you.
You are rebellious.
Yes, I am.
You are.
I am. I'm very rebellious.
Yes.
Always been.
I mean, my sister is a hell raiser. For real. Like, mess around and find out if you want to. Don't. How many boys you got?
I birthed 4 boys, and I birthed 2 older girls. So I birthed 6 children altogether. And
6.
I have 2 stepsons.
6.
So it's
She birthed 6, standing up, cooking dinner at the same time, talking about it's a revolution.
Yeah. Yeah, the first 2 really got that energy from me.
Wow.
Yeah. They were involved in my 2 daughters, Alyssa and Alana. I'm from Detroit originally, and in my East Side. Sorry, T from the D. We're not doing the West Side today. We representing the East Side.
East Side all day long. Okay. That's where I hung out. 7 Mile and Van Dyke. East Side, baby. East Side.
H-Spag. Yo, Christina Mosley. Good evening. Good evening. Javier, good evening.
But I was
cupcake on break.
I was a young mom. I had my girls at 18 and 20. So, yep, right. Literally crossed this stage in high school, get my diploma, and like a few weeks later, birthed my first daughter.
You don't look a day past 20. I mean, seriously, like Mick, seriously. She don't look like she got no kids like older kids.
Oh, yeah, they're grown women.
Nah.
Yep, 26 and 24.
You have really taken care of yourself.
Right,
Thank
because
you.
she know the dietary laws. Something I got to get you hip to.
Quit dissing my sister Winter.
Boom! Boom!
Well,
Sister Taliba 1, Mickey 0. I'm keeping score tonight.
Well. The gloves is off.
I ain't let you do that to Winter.
The gloves is off.
Can't let you do that to her.
Now y'all see y'all want to know what my other options are. I've been saying y'all know the options. I've been ready for this one. Because I knew both of y'all was going to come, and I have no problem. I got the understanding. I know a little of that east side going to come out of you.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
A little bit, you know. But she know the understanding. And that's why I'm going to leave it at peace.
At peace.
Yeah.
So, Sister Taliba, like, let me get it going. Like, you've been around a while. I don't even know like how long. I know at least from the conception of the bump before then. But what really sparked your interest in Flint politics?
The late Councilman Eric Mays.
Okay.
Yeah, when he went viral, like I already knew about him, but at that time, I didn't have time to be involved in politics. I don't even think it was really an interest in mine. I've been in Flint since 2009. Okay. So I've been practicing social work in Flint since that time. And I was literally having babies back to back. Okay. So I was growing my family. Like even when the water crisis hit, I wanted to go to the council meetings, but I literally was pregnant and getting pregnant again. Like I was really focused on my
yeah, we know you was focused on that family, baby. I got you.
Yeah, so I was focused on my family and working. So I didn't get involved until Mr. Mays went viral.
Okay.
And it took me a lot of courage to come to my first council meeting. I was really nervous. But my first council meeting, I had a whole conversation with Mr. Mays. And so he gave me some pointers on what I had came to advocate about.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm glad he got a good one out the bunch when he picked you.
I think so.
You got a good one. So like Mickey said, we're gonna let you cook tonight because you came with a whole you came with a whole book like this.
Well,
This the Bump Club, the evening edition. So we just kick in when it's necessary. So go on and cook and hey, the people already know how it go in the chat. They may ask some questions, we may answer them.
Yeah.
But let's go on and cook.
Can we open up
Respectful
the
question.
phone lines?
Oh, that's what you want, the phone lines open?
Yeah, let's take some calls too, if you don't mind, Winston.
No,
Yeah.
my goodness.
So if it's okay.
You wanna
But
go
Not
all
right,
the-
not right now. Don't
Yeah.
start calling me right now.
You want to go all the way right there? You just
Let
said
me tell
kick in
him.
the door.
Let's kick it in the
Yeah.
door, but at the end we'll take some. We'll take some at the end, but don't start calling me right now. I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know. 'Cause Shirley Ann had already called me once today.
Who?
Shirley Ann.
Oh, okay.
Shirley Ann is that lady that loved Jed.
Oh,
So
Lord.
Shirley Ann then called me and said that she was gonna call the laws, and this is my cease and desist letter, and she was tired of playing, and I want Jed to take Shirley Ann back. If I find out, Jed, that you going to these cities and you doing more than marching, me and Shirley Ann gonna be looking for you. Because I'm tired of dealing with Shirley Ann right now.
Why are you messing with that woman?
Because I'm tired of Shirley
Because
Ann calling
she's
me.
watching this right now.
I'm tired
She
of Shirley.
gave you
I'm
your
trying
last
to tell
warning.
Shirley Ann I'm that's not my man, Shirley Ann. That's all I want to say.
Okay.
Go ahead, Sister Taliba. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I mean, I guess we could start off by talking about
Shirley
city
Ann.
council.
Oh,
Last night.
Go ahead.
Well, let's just jump head
Go
first.
ahead.
Come
Go
on.
ahead.
That was the most ghettoest, most uncouth,
Uncouth.
most ghettoest and council meeting, one of them that I had ever experienced. That energy in the chambers was, it was a bit much, as Mr. Mays would say. It was overwhelming, and I really felt it once I was at the podium. All of the hate that Liddell Lewis has and Candace Mouchette has, I felt that energy when they were arguing with Miss Davina. And thank you again to Miss Davina. I don't know if she watches, but thank you for working that out with me, because I did go to her and argue my case.
I'm so sorry because I think I was standing talking to you or something
And then
like that.
and then I seen the young lady, her assistant, come after Miss Bev had signed in, and she just snatched the.
But it was nobody up there, so we didn't think it was gonna start.
No, because when she hit the gavel, she confused me. Because one of the last council meetings, I talked to Miss Davina about when is the latest time that I could put my name in the speaker box. And Miss Davina told me, when you see 5 council people up there, make sure your name is in that box. So I'm writing my notes down, and I hear the gavel, and I look up, and I only see 3. So I jumped up to go put my name in the box, and then I see you, and I see Miss Bev signing in. I say something to you because you was confused. You was like, it's only 3 up there. And I turned to go and sign in, and that girl, she snatched that speaker box, and she was back, and I yelled at her. And I said, excuse me, I need my name in that box. And she says, nothing I can do about it. And I marched up there and went to talk to Ms. Davina and explained to her. I said, the last time I was here, you said when there are 5 council people. And she said, let me see what I can do. But I had called Miss Judy out too. I said, why would you do that? You know you wrong for that. And she just stared at me, and Liddell Lewis stared at me. They didn't say anything. No one said anything. And I sat up there with RL for a little while and then went back to my seat. But I was going to speak. That's when I started getting hot like fire, like hotter than fish grease.
Oh,
Because I had took
fish
PTO
grease.
from my job. So, and I thought that was very disrespectful of her and very sneaky. Very sneaky. So,
And that was the first time you got mad.
man, yeah, because when I go up there, I've never gone up there and
No. I'm talking
insulted
about
the.
just last night because you was on fire the second time
Yeah,
when
what I
Liddell
say?
looked at you.
Oh, that lit that. Yeah, that made the fire get hotter because I'm sitting there and I think I'm listening to Mr. Woodson. And when he started off talking about me and how Judy was wrong. And then it was Debbie Clark and then Mama Claire. They were shouting. And Liddell Lewis was looking in the crowd. She had a stank look on her face. And then our eyes met. And she tried to stare me down. So I had to reposition myself like, girl, don't do it. Because she was trying to intimidate me. So that's why I said what I said. But let me get you a backstory. The year after COVID 2020, when they started easing the children back into school, I went to a Board of Education meeting because at Flint at the Scott building. And I went there to advocate for them to keep the tutoring program on the kids' laptop because my boys were in tutoring. And I didn't know who the hell Liddell Lewis was. Y'all not gonna get in trouble for me saying hell.
Oh no, we
Okay.
said a lot this morning. I think if we did all right this morning, we pretty good with
Okay.
hell. Yeah,
All
we can say
right.
it a couple more times if you want to.
I didn't know who she was. Never met her before in my life, and she was there. The board had took a break, so because a lawyer showed up, and so I didn't get a chance to speak yet. But so I went into the hallway, and I see this tall woman, and her energy is like manic, and she's talking to other parents, and she was like, "Yeah, we need to do this, we need to do that, blah 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 blah." So then she had included me in the group, and she asked me for my name. I said Allison Montgomery Littlejohn. That is my birth name. And she knew exactly who I was. And she knew who I was because she had an issue with the Board of Education for not being invited on that advisory council when they got the ESSER funds. Mr. Art Woodson was on the council. You had to be invited. So Miss Kiana, she doesn't work for the schools anymore, but she was right under the superintendent. She called me one day and was like, "We were told to call you. Would you like to participate so you can help us figure out how to spend the ESSER funds?" So that woman, Liddell Lewis, she had been raising hell in the parent meetings on Zoom. And I was like, who is this? And they keep saying, Dr. Lewis.
The likability expert.
Who is acting like this? And they a doctor with that high degree. And I finally met her in person. And she about checked the mess out of me because I got invited on the board and she didn't, and started to question me about my resume. So she already thought that I was beneath her. She did my first time meeting her. And the thing is, I didn't bite back. I stood there and stared at her. And I couldn't get mad because it was the month of Ramadan where Muslims fast from dawn to sunset, fast from water and food, fast from our sexual desires, our ego. And I was like, I'm not about to break my fast. You know what I mean? I'm not about to go there with her. So that was my first encounter with her. And I said, I know she not a doctor, and I know she not a councilwoman in the streets acting like this. I couldn't believe it. So
Well, you see how she acted at the council.
Well, yeah, when I started coming, well, I watched for a long time before I started physically coming. But no, that's manic. That's her and Candace. And they lucky that well, I couldn't stay for it anyways. I tried to, and I know they didn't have that second meeting, but that's a Jezebel spirit. Both of them have. They operate in chaos, and they are excessively controlling. Look at how controlling. They got to control everything. But that comes from trauma, unhealed trauma. They are literally little kids walking in adult bodies. And they are wounded. And honey, everybody gonna catch hell because they have not addressed their traumas. I know what I'm looking at. They both act manic. They got a spirit on them. They got a spirit on them, and that's the Jezebel spirit. I don't care what nobody say. That's a spirit on them.
We listening. You teaching us tonight.
Yeah.
And shouts out to the other half of our dysfunctional family out there. No Name, Lil Mama,
Yes.
and T from the D.
Peace, no name. That's my little brother.
All my ops.
Oh,
But it's I'm telling you,
Hold up,
my
Nikki.
I ain't gonna let you. I said all my ops, even you, and I'm not letting it slide. I say it every day. I ain't gonna. I like how y'all slid that little snake. And let me shout out to the other side. Went to calling that. Okay. Okay, it's two sides to this thing, though. I'm just coming with my facts. That's it. I just put it out there. I tried to put y'all to the back burner, but y'all want to keep moving up to the front. But it's all right. Go ahead. That's why I took myself off of this.
No, don't name. That's my little brother, and I really respect him. He's a man of great wisdom to me.
And so caring.
Yes.
So caring.
Very caring. I don't play about him. I don't play about my sister's little mama, and I don't play about T from the D. So we all one family. You know, they are really good souls. And the total opposite of some of these raggedy souls walking around here. Raggedy.
What else? Who else? What else? Who else? Where else? What we digging into?
I mean, I know I've talked in the last few times that I've called in, I mentioned the word revolution. And I know I've said this, I don't want to romanticize about revolution. And specifically the kind of revolution where you fight against the government. Because that means sacrifice, and it's usually a sacrifice of someone's life.
Right.
So I don't want to play with that word. So but I think we're at that point. Excuse me. I think we're at that point in Flint. The energy has definitely shifted. Jedediah has definitely, I think, amplified that energy with his presence in Flint, and I appreciate him for that. I don't want anyone to lose their life in regards to, fighting for our rights. So I hope that does not happen. Right. But there is a lot of evil in Flint. And I think the evil comes from people forgetting about Allah. And when I say Allah, that's Arabic meaning God, period.
Thank you.
It's not a different God from the Bible. It's literally the same God. So when I say Allah, don't be offended. It's the same God that Jesus prayed to. May peace be upon him. Moses, Abraham, may peace be upon them. All the prophets, the same God. Muslims and Christians are basically cousins. Like the only thing that separates us is the belief in the Trinity. So I just wanted to clear that up. But I think people have forgotten about God. And that's where the idol worship comes in, which I offended a lot of people during that presidential campaign. Golly.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Got me
Yes,
still
you did.
saying I voted for Kamala. Thank you. Thank you,
Lord,
sister.
he done said it again. Where's RJ Cat? Mickey done said he done voted for Kamala.
I called hell.
RJ on here.
You act like they ain't called this was a Trump platform.
Man, I call hell with y'all.
I've
been called Great Value Erica Badu's.
Yeah.
And I got blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got blocked.
my religion got drug into. I said,
Oh my,
wow.
didn't they?
Yeah.
They go for the
just
gusto.
disrespectful.
Oh, they went for the.
Yeah.
I got called a
Disrespectful.
fake one, so I feel you.
Yeah, I'm just at the conscious level where it's all a game.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't see that, now, especially in Flint with the local government, it's definitely happened on the federal government. You know what I mean? So, and the one suggestion that I have is, as a collective, the Black community should just pause on voting. Just
shit.
man.
We about to get in trouble again.
Yeah. Because I
Yes,
mean, how dare she come on here and say we withhold our vote?
Yeah.
Like they did in Dearborn.
Make it make sense.
You know, how dare she say something like that?
Hold your vote for you can get some tangibles.
Oh my God, Sister Taliba. What I mean,
Why you over here starting mess this
No.
this evening already?
It's just a different way of thinking.
Facts.
And why not? Why not? It's not our system anyways.
it was never designed
There
or
you go.
created for us.
There you go.
What's up, Michelle Smith, aka N? Good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, I think people have to learn to trust in themselves more. And I think that's the problem. That's where the idol worship comes in. Not only have you forgotten about God, whether you believe in organized religion or not, you've forgotten about who you are on a soul level. And so that insecurity makes you rely on a savior. You know, Kamala Harris, she gonna save us.
Right.
And people don't know they have to save themselves. You have to save yourself first. You have to. But I don't think people realize that. So that's where the idol worship come in. I offended a lot of people about that. And let me also clear up that during that time, I don't know if I had misspoke, but I never said or indicated, or it was never my intentions to say that voting is demonic. What's demonic is the system itself. When they play with our energy, they play with to entice us to vote. Meg Thee Stallion, they give us all these rappers to tell us vote or die. That's not true. I haven't read that in the Quran or the Bible.
Right, absolutely.
If I don't vote, I'ma die.
Right.
So no.
It look like I'm gonna die because I'm keep voting. I'm voting for my own demise. I mean, think about it.
I think how they use our energy, like they distract us from what's really going on. That in itself is demonic. So I did participate in voting for the president, and I will be transparent. When I got there, I didn't know who I was going to vote for.
Okay.
I was not for Kamala. I did like a lot of Trump's views, and then so it's between Trump and Jill Stein. And I remember being in there, and I started to get a little anxiety because it was important for me to not fall into the quote unquote lesser evil. Because either you is or you ain't. Either you evil or you're not. So I was comparing what they were promoting, and then by Allah, I heard in my mind, put me down. And so I wrote Allah.
I know some more Muslims that did that.
Yeah.
That did that.
Yeah.
But I gotta ask.
Yes.
I wouldn't be me if I didn't ask.
Yeah.
This is why. What we got? Over 214 people watching this. Make sure y'all get those likes up. I hope you're enjoying the show so far with Sister Taliba. I have to ask, when you said I did not like Kamala. And when I think of Muslim culture, I think of Black. I think of Black power all day, every
Mm-hmm.
day.
Mm-hmm.
So that took me by surprise. And I know a lot of other people are probably thinking like, wow, why not Kamala? She is the Black woman. And I've said it before too, like I
Mm-hmm.
don't think we should just vote for people just
Yeah.
because of their skin color.
Mm-hmm.
But when you say you did not like her, and I
Mm-hmm.
just if you want to expand on it.
Oh, of course I will. I think that was probably one of the main reasons, besides some other stuff. But I don't think she considers herself Black.
Okay. Just
She
only when it's convenient for her.
is, there you go.
Okay.
So when I look at her, I see a Black woman, but I think she used our Blackness for this campaign.
Right.
And when she started touring, I did not like the abortion clinics on site.
Okay.
That right there, knowing the roots of Planned Parenthood, the
Margaret Thatcher.
there you Margaret Sanger.
Sager. Damn, I messed
No,
that
you
up.
okay? You
Sorry
okay?
about that. My bad.
Margaret Sanger started Planned Parenthood, a white woman, and she believed in eliminating the Black race. So she intentionally went to the Black churches. She went to civil rights leaders to promote abortions.
Okay.
So I didn't like that. Now, abortion is a very sensitive topic. So I'm not going to go there in regards to if a woman decides to get one or not. That's really, that's by person. That's your personal decision.
I think so too.
Yeah, so I'm not going to go there. But I didn't like how it was promoted. She had a clinic on wheels to abort babies. I didn't like that. That was very unsettling to me.
Okay.
And then to know what they do with the aborted babies itself, the tissues. And let me stop. I apologize to anyone in the audience if I am triggering anyone. Please forgive me, because I don't want to trigger anyone who may have had an experience with an abortion. So that's not my intentions. It was just very unsettling, and I'll leave it there.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to trigger anyone.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks. Mick, what you got? What you got?
What I got. To be honest with you, I agree with what Sister Taliba saying as far as when we was looking at Kamala. Don't get me wrong. I voted for her, even when
We
I went
know.
up in it. I'm just saying
Right.
because people gotta understand. I voted for her, but I didn't agree with a lot of the stuff Kamala was saying. And I'm gonna just give you one example. I'm gonna go with Flint. She with that little stuff, little thing she pulled off right there. I didn't agree with that. Not talking about the water. Even when Barack Obama, and I voted for him twice.
Me too.
When he
Nikki.
came and took that jump shot at Northwestern and said the water, but see, we always, like you say, symbolic things we
Yeah.
be falling for.
Right.
I don't care is that because you're the first Black man and you made it to be president. That don't, you know what I'm saying? That don't bother. What can you do when you get in these positions? I don't care about, this the first Black, so you the first one that couldn't do nothing for your people.
Right.
See, we done went through these things. We can go back down and let's go with the first Black mayor of Flint, McCree. Don't get me wrong. It was probably a highlight for the people, but what could he really do when he got in that position? And I get what you're saying when you talk about the demonic system. We vote for these people. They get right in these chairs and forget about the residents. And I ain't just talking about on the council. I'm talking about up top, up to the Senate. You know what I'm saying? How is they letting Flint, a city that's been poisoned by water, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's all right. We got, this a predominantly Black city.
Yep.
Black mayor, Black state rep, majority Black council. And you can't even get the Blacks on council to agree to do nothing for the people on the north side.
But to both of y'all, to Mickey and to Sister Taliba, like Mickey, you just saying, we got all black mayor, black council, black state rep, black lieutenant governor. I mean, but we love to blame the white man.
Come on, Winters, because you know that's in my notes.
Oh, I didn't know that. But I'm just
Come
saying, like,
on.
at some point, like, when do you think we'll take accountability? Like, nobody, and I've said it, and the minister came down here and told us, like, we sitting here, we conditioned to think in our minds that some man is gonna come in on some white horse and save us. It's not gonna happen.
Yep.
Like, we shouldn't be. I'm grateful and I'm thankful that Jedediah is here and trying to gear up the people. But damn it,
Look,
he shouldn't. It shouldn't have to take no 14 years for the. We shouldn't have to wait for Jedediah.
but did you see what happened when he came here with it? Look what he going through. Went to
Right.
jail,
Right. Right.
being threatened.
Right.
He even, I mean, the disrespect that he got, getting false information. You know, we keep forgetting that.
Jedediah has to tighten up. Now, I called one time he was on the show, and I said a lot. And I ended it by saying for him to be careful. Everybody is not his friend. He's going to run into smiling faces that are really deviants. And I said, don't tell everything or what you plan on doing. But he still does it.
But see, and what I've learned, now I do have to say, just from the little bit of learning, yes, he do still tell a lot of his plans, but he ain't crazy.
Yeah.
He know what's going. He's seeing it,
Yeah.
and I feel like when you learn it on your own, instead of people in your ear, you always gonna have people in your ear. But when you learn it on your own, it's so much better. And he's learning it on his own.
Yeah. It's a butt whooping.
Yeah.
He getting a butt whooping. Like I said, I appreciate his work. I appreciate what he did with the casket. I understood the meaning of it. The one thing that I did not like, and not that he didn't do it, but when he the boots on the ground in the chambers, it was a sign that said something like, "We gonna be Flint is gonna be okay because Jedediah is here." I think that's a form of idol worship, because we all can be a Jedediah. We all can be who we are seeking.
And he said that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We inspire each other, or at least we're supposed to.
Right.
Inspire each other, motivate each other to do our best.
Right.
So, that part I didn't like, but I kind of went to war with a few close people in regards to that casket, because it was a lot of Flintstones that had an issue with that.
Facts.
And people said that he was wrong for going to the mayor house, but he didn't disrespect the property. It's not against the law. And I think a lot of us have forgotten that during the time of COVID, when they were lynching black people, the cops were lynching George Floyd and others. Black Lives Matter, even though I have issues with that group, they went to people's homes and stood outside of it. You know what I mean? Like, we saw that. So why is that wrong now? Is it because the mayor is black?
I've been saying.
Listen, if he's black, we need to hold him even more accountable. Even more accountable. And that's the problem with what I see in Flint with the politicians, is that we don't hold them accountable. And they have supporters that don't mean no good. They have enablers. I'm not going to even call them supporters. They have people on their side that is enabling them to do the wickedness that they are doing. So, and some of these enablers have really harmed
Brought
Flint.
more harm than good.
Yes. All this bickering on social media. I mean, and then it makes me wonder. And I know I'm also known for talking about quote unquote the outsiders, and I don't mean to say that in a negative way. However, some and the snowman, Big Bro Snow,
Outside agitators.
yes,
That's
or the
what
toxic
them
outsiders,
toxic ass
yeah,
outsiders. How you know what he gonna
have
say?
been totally disrespectful.
Right.
Totally disrespectful. But say you care about Flint in the next breath.
You can't.
No, that's double-minded.
Right.
That's double-minded.
And what do the words say about a double-minded
No,
man?
they unstable.
Right.
So, no. So it's unacceptable. I don't like how it seemed like some of them have intervened in a really negative way, which I feel like Flint is just entertainment for them.
It is.
They
Right.
thriving in the
You're right,
chaos
Mickey.
and the
It
negativity. They getting off. Why not be concerned about what's going on in your own community?
And I wonder,
Wherever
and I
you
wonder
from.
that too.
But that should show you the type of people to keep that company.
Yeah.
I might get in trouble for that, but I shouldn't have said that.
No, you should
No.
say it. It's
But
the
I mean,
truth.
but that should show you the type of people to keep that type of company. When they letting that slide, that's why with me is like I could. Let me stop before I get off.
No,
this.
don't
No,
stop.
keep going, Mickey.
I don't want to break the peace.
No, what peace?
I know it
You
ain't none.
cannot have a covenant with wickedness.
You ain't lying.
It's impossible.
You ain't
And
lying.
it's insanity.
Facts.
So, the Quran says God will not change the condition of a people until they change themselves. When Flint gonna start changing?
Right. Yes,
it
no,
really
you can
start
call in
us.
as soon as we open the phone lines. Give us about 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
So yeah, it starts with us really, on an individual level and a collective level, because we got to look within ourselves. If we want a better community, we really have to look at ourselves as an individual and change things from within. Look at families. How can you expect a positive change on a community level, a macro level, and your household is in shambles? You are mentally and emotionally in shambles. But you more focused on the community. So no, revolution starts within your heart, and then it moves outward. So
Can you say that for them again, so they can understand? Somebody missed that because I did. It start where,
within your heart,
and then it comes outward.
out. But some of these people that is around here, that's in the chambers, they have sealed hearts, like the Quran talks about. Their hearts are sealed to the truth. Their hearts are sealed to God and will never open. Ever.
Most of these people, God is money.
There you go. Idol worship.
They God is money.
Ego. They ego. So
Maria-
they're in error.
Maria said, right, we are loose on our morals and values.
Yep.
Nah, no name, brother, I wouldn't do it. And Brian, I will not break the peace. He told me go earn an hour. Brian, no name. But I do believe the toxic outsiders, and that's why I put up the brother Reginald Davis when he said it's more good outsiders than it is bad ones. I do agree with you with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the bad ones tend to stick out like a sore thumb.
Facts.
That's the issue. But I do agree with that. Yeah. I do agree with that.
Well, go ahead. Put that phone line across the bottom of the screen. Sister Taliba said, open up the phone lines, y'all. I'm here.
She's
and
live.
I'm ready to talk.
And she ain't playing.
She's not playing with y'all right now. Or never. I wouldn't try her and not call her sister. So
No, Javier Ellis.
Like
I
sister.
said they God is money. I said they God, the people that's doing when they say they believing in God, but you seeing them take money. So that lets you know who their God is. I've been having problems with when I see the spiritual leaders playing along with the wicked things.
Mm-hmm.
But this ain't, it's in your book. If you just open it up.
But if you're gonna open it up, read it to understand it and to act on it.
Right.
Don't just read it, but read it to comprehend and to act on it.
All right, thank you. No cursing, Mr. Snow. What's going on?
Dang, I need to hang up. No, I was playing. Hey, what's up, Meg?
What it do?
What up, Winters?
Hey.
All is well, Sister Taliba.
Hey, peace, big bro.
Yeah, peace. Man, I learned a long time ago when I was locked up in the penitentiary that you gotta love yourself before anybody else can love you. I'm saying all that to say this, right? With the Jedediah Brown, aka Black situation. I know Black keep telling people to come to the forefront and help yourself, which is 100% true. He can't help us unless we help ourselves. He can't love us unless we love ourselves. You know what I mean? And, I just want the people to know that shit that happened today earlier. Also, I apologize. The stuff that happened today earlier with the I'm calling it conquering divide gate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that everything got cleared up because that was right into the Neely playbook.
Yes.
Right.
Just know that shit.
Hey, you
I
cuss.
keep cussing. I'm sorry, y'all.
You got 3 strikes. You gonna be out.
I ain't gonna do it no more. 3 times, just hang up on me.
Okay.
But anyway, and then I want to touch on. I'm so glad Sister Taliba said about the outsiders, which that word sounds so segregated. I know I say it all the time. It's so redundant, so repetitive, but like you say, it's more better ones than worse.
Yeah.
But how can you say you for the city of Flint and you turn around and tell us to wash our ass? Please, they don't. We need to wash our butts with a bottle of water and be humble. You know what I mean? And a number of other things too. That ain't just the only thing, but you know what I'm saying? And like Sister Lee would say, man, I don't know, man. Just keep that same energy. I was toxic outsiders because there's a lot of great ones, and we ain't almost cussed again. We not no soap opera. This ain't no general hospital.
Right.
None of that. We live this every day. I can go here right now, turn my water on. Guess what I'm gonna smell? I'm gonna smell some boo boo.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna smell a hot pitch of bleach.
Right.
Take a pick. I don't know either one, but I just want to let the world know we live in this for real. And F the EPA. The water crisis ain't big more over than there's a man on the moon.
That's it.
And you know what I'm saying? And y'all just keep doing what y'all doing. Thanks for the inspiration, Sister Taliba, today. And y'all just keep doing what y'all doing, man. And to all you toxic outsiders, take the middle finger. We out of here.
See you later. Bye,
Peace.
Snow. We had some calls. Y'all go ahead and call back. Our sister from the 937. I know she get to watch a show live. She called in. Make sure you call back. We got another call real quick. Thanks for calling the bump. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Michelle Young.
I knew it was you.
Walaikum assalam.
We didn't even greet her.
That's okay.
Mickey, what you over there doing?
I was putting the stuff up on the chat. I'm putting the stuff up on the screen.
No, he got it moving. He over there reading the questions and stuff. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Miss Michelle.
Yes, first I want to thank Sister Taliba for coming on, and unfortunately I only got the last 5 minutes of it, but I just want to also say to everybody, please keep your eyes open and your mind alert. Today's situation that happened this morning, all of the activists, all of the citizens have to realize the game is being played, and it's being played on everyone. And today it was unfortunate that a few of our leaders that are local and the outside people that are trying to help, got pulled into this. Let me tell you why I think everybody got pulled in it. Malcolm X's birthday was yesterday?
May 19th, Monday.
Monday.
Okay. So Monday. And one of the things that he quoted was, we're now not outnumbered, we're out organized.
Yes.
I do think a certain group of people in this city are much more organized than we are. We're fighting so many fires that nobody knows which fire to go to. And it's so easy to look how easy that was to put that bomb in today and almost separated the whole thing. And I'm so glad that everyone put their pride aside and came together and did not allow this to destroy what is going to happen on June 1st. I'm so happy for it. And the other thing I want to say, I don't know if y'all seen this. I just saw it on Facebook and I'm like, where did this come from?
I know what you're about to say. You talking about that little meeting?
With the roofs. I mean, I have family that would like to get a roof. Wow. How did that happen? And we don't know nothing about it.
I was so shocked when someone from out of state sent it to me. They had a meeting at City Hall, everybody, tonight, for the people who were randomly selected to receive new roofs.
Yes.
Yeah, they had a meeting.
Yes. She's looking at you like, are you serious? Yes.
Yes.
So I'm so hurt. And again, I want to congratulate two people for sticking in there. Mrs. Biggs Levy and AC Dumas, congratulations to you two. Winters and Mickey. Yes, and ma'am. Sister Taliba, because I'm not sure what ward you live in, Sister Taliba. But I do think that we need to have true forum with the candidates, with a person that is from outside of the city of Flint that does not have a monkey in this circus.
Yes.
And it should be mandatory that both candidates attend. No one knows the questions ahead of time so that everyone has truth and transparency, and that the public can really get to know each candidate and know who they're voting for. And another thing we should do, we should ask to get, I love that thing they did today about the counting of the ballots. Why don't we start asking people to get on these boards so that we do have people that are honest and trustworthy in those positions to help do the counts. I don't even know what they call the people, but before this August election, I don't know if we can get the Genesee County, what's your friend name, Winters? The guy that work at the county.
Dominique Clemens.
Dominique. If he can get a class together so that we can have people at the polls that are honest, and then people that are counting. I mean, just the whole gamut, and what those people did today. That would just be great. We got to prepare for next year. And if we do it now, we'll be ready next year. And we need to know all those rules. We just need a class, because I don't know all the rules.
I agree.
I would definitely be willing to learn and to participate.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you.
And again, thank you. I'll go back and watch the show.
Make sure you do.
Else you guys said, but I really appreciate you guys. And thank you, Winters, for helping to bridge the gap today.
Thank you. And thank you, as always, for being a great supporter. We love you, Michelle.
Michelle Young.
Love you too.
Okay, bye-bye.
I remember her. I appreciate. I don't know Miss Michelle Young personally, but I remember the last council meeting that she came to, and she had a message for Councilman El Alamein, and she was encouraging him to be like Jesus. And I do have a message for El Alamein. He's been missing in action. He has to tighten up. I was really disappointed that he didn't vote for St. Mark's. And that vote came during March. The entire month of March was Ramadan. As a Muslim that is fasting from food and water from dawn until sunset, every single day, you didn't have it in you to vote yes for St. Mark's to feed the community. I'm
That's
really
deep.
shocked. That is extremely deep.
That's deep.
Yeah, I really want that brother, for him to be Muslim. I want him to, like you were saying, that black, that strong. I want him to, and he's the only Muslim on council. I want him to step it up and be his own person, because it seems as if he's following a script. And in Islam, you don't follow anyone's script. You stand on righteousness like Allah told you to.
All
You
right.
stand on justice.
Let me get this caller. All right, caller, you on the air. Welcome to the evening edition of The Bump. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Good evening, family.
What's going on, cousin?
937. This is
Just
Sassy Shay, aka Just Oil, aka.
Hey!
And look, she had to think about it for me. You see how that head turned? She said, "Hey," when you said "just oil."
Yes.
Hey, peace, Sister Taliba.
Peace. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I'm doing very well. It's so good to hear from you.
It's good to hear from you. Ever since my schedule changed and I can't catch the live, I feel like a stepchild. I feel out of place. It just doesn't feel right. And I'll be watching the replay. I'm in the replay gang, and I just be going off, and I just,
Well, that's why we're trying to give y'all a couple of evening editions. Y'all seem to be really enjoying them.
We do. I'll speak for myself. I do.
That's good.
So I just want to address Taliba for a little bit. So thank you so much. When Mickey clicked on the live stream yesterday, you was in the midst of letting them know how it's supposed to go at council, and I was like, "Get them, sis, get them."
She was tearing them up.
I was pissed.
But what I noticed and I appreciated was, as woman to woman, you let Liddell know face to face, eye to eye, I am woman, and you will not degrade me. You will not treat me any old kind of way. See, because she thinks her size matters. And you let her know right then and there, I don't care what your size is, you're going to respect me as a woman.
That's right.
And I loved it. I was there with you. So, yeah, I wanted to get that out of the way. I wanted to ask you, Winters, now, cousin, you know you were in trouble, right?
Oh, what I do now?
I sent you something that I asked you to pass on, and I need you to forward that to Sister Taliba as well, because she confirmed something. She confirmed one very important thing that was in that message, and I want her to read that, if you don't mind.
Okay.
And
she won't let me forget. She won't let me forget.
And please forward it to the original intendant. Jed, if you still on here, that was to be sent to you as well.
I hope Miss Shirley start calling you, because you trying to send her man some messages, okay?
No, ma'am. They ain't even like that. They ain't even like that.
I've been trying to tell Miss Shirley that for months, and she still don't believe me.
You keep messing with that woman.
No, ma'am, I don't do those things.
Shirley, this is Barbara. I don't know what to tell you.
But and one more thing I want to ask Sister Taliba, if this will make sense to you. I really admire the Muslims that I know, and of course you as well, because not only do y'all study the Quran, you also study the Bible. Yes. So there's not a lot that can get past you all, when it comes to studying. So I really do appreciate that. But what I want to say, I don't know, have you ever been told something about you is, I don't want to say different, but
just say it.
I don't know the Muslim community that well. I mean, I know the people that I know, but it seems like the ones that I've been around, have certain characteristics. but you have like a
down to earth spirit.
No, well, yeah, that too. But I mean, it's spiritual. It's like she has a spiritual
gift.
It's like she's more, yeah, like she's more. If that makes sense, because I don't know how it is in the Muslim community as far as praying and things like that. But it's almost like you have a spiritual covering, spiritual something. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. But does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes, I am actually the only Muslim in my family. And how I was raised in my great grandmother's Pentecostal non-denominational church. However, this might sound weird. My immediate family did not push organized religion, but definitely pushed the belief to have a relationship with God, and how do I want to say, to believe in yourself. So I have family members that say they are spiritual because they are not a part of organized religion. So that is actually my foundation. I grew up, I can remember my mom putting me and my brother in front of the mirror, and we had to say certain affirmations every day, every morning, so that we would have a good day. We had to affirm the good in us. Some say the God in us. You know, we had to affirm who we are. So I grew up meditating, and I still meditate. You know what I mean? So I still have that spirituality aspect. And I was just drawn to Islam, which I'm happy. I'm very proud of the church I grew up in, and I'm very proud of the spirituality of my family, and I'm proud that I'm Muslim now. So I know exactly what you mean.
okay,
I really do.
okay.
Yes.
Her cousin, she just so excited she on here tonight. Look at you, cousin.
I know, y'all know I can't stay away. I was watching the replay. I was fuming. I had to vent, but I love y'all up there, and I can't wait till I get back up there. I don't know when it's gonna be, but we'll see. Cause y'all rocking and reeling up
Come
there.
on anytime.
Okay. All right, Mickey.
You have a blessed one, beloved.
Have a good one.
Love you. Be safe.
Love you too.
Bye-bye. All right, you got
Yes.
something on the screen
I
that
do.
that's been going at
I've been writing a little bit. Okay, I addressed Miss Michelle Young, and then I caught Mark Hutchinson's and Detroit Boy's comment about El Alamein being a Muslim. So no, Mark, to answer your question, just because he has an Arabic name, is he righteousness? No, that's my expectation. Honestly, in Islam, you are not supposed to say what's going on in someone's heart. I just want him to be more effective in the community. When I was in my early 20s and I was still living in Detroit, and I was a single mother of my two daughters, I had joined the new Black Panther Party in Detroit. And we would boycott or go confront the Arab-owned gas stations when they mistreated Black people. I've done that a few times, as well as we would go to, I've done this one time with them, go to a drug dealer's house to boycott, like literally in front of their house, yelling at them, having a rally for them to get out of the community, to quit poisoning our people. So, no, I'm not naive to think that a person is righteous because they have an Arabic name. That would be unintelligent of me.
which you are not.
I will only
Far
really
from it.
judge somebody on their actions, and people's actions reflect what's going on in their heart. I mean, you have Muslims now in Islamic countries that are not they are not doing what they're supposed to be doing by Allah. So no. Detroit boy has said something about El Alamein. I guess I don't want to put words in your mouth, Detroit boy, but saying like maybe he's a fake Muslim. I can't say that. I won't say that. Like I said, I don't know what's going on in the brother's heart, why he converted to Islam. That is truly between him and Allah, and only Allah can answer that. That is not my business. I just want him, and and I really want all 8 council people to stand on righteousness, essentially. And it's not happening, which is why I no longer believe in the bad 4 and the good 4. I no longer. I would be at home watching, and I would get emotionally involved, and I would be team so and so, team so and so. You know what I mean? Definitely team Mays. But then I started seeing other behaviors.
That's why I told Mick like a few weeks ago, and it's working because like we're not upset that the budget didn't pass because we know historically this is what we go through. We still got somebody's going to do a press conference about the city's going to shut down, going to cost a bunch of jobs, or either they're lying about the budget. But ultimately, past practice shows this budget is going to pass. So we're not going to get all worked up in these meetings. It's going to be a couple more special meetings called. So I feel you like, why get emotionally torn up in the inside? And they not.
No. And I just won't do it. I actually had a dream about city council. And I believe Allah showed me. This was before Mr. May's transition passed away. And in my dream, I was in the chambers, and it was shown to me that the council people, they would go in one door as one person and come out as somebody else. So that my interpretation from that dream is that they're wearing masks. Hypocrites. They say they're this way, but really, no, they're not. They come like the Quran say about the hypocrites. They say that they are the peacemakers, but when they're alone and with another group of people, they say, no, we were only mocking. They're hypocrites, actors.
I seen that.
Yeah.
I could take a few of them to attack me.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say no names, but they from that other side I was at one time. I mean, past administration, but we ain't gonna go there.
Yeah, I think it's a healthier approach to when you look at each person individually. And I don't have to be team nobody. Now, if you right, you right. If you wrong, you wrong.
Right.
Don't get mad because I call you out. If I can go up to that podium and have your back and on certain issues, then don't get upset when I bring criticism.
Right.
Don't do that.
Oh, you mean when you critique?
Yeah, when I critique.
Oh, they don't like that critique.
Well, then they shouldn't be in their seat.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
You are a public official. This is what we have a right to do.
You know how many times the beautiful Michelle Young came down to council and gave them a task?
Yeah.
And they took that like it went in one ear and out the other ear. Thank you. Let's talk too.
Because their hearts are sealed.
Facts.
They're not in it for the people.
And that should tell, but
I mean, people got to rise up in Flint.
Facts.
You gotta rise up in Flint. I don't know what else can be done. I think we are here. We're at a breaking point. And I think I know I feel it. It's a shift now. And I think they feel it as well. Maybe that's why it was a serious mental health crisis in that chambers last night.
It sure was, girl.
You better
speak on it.
That Jezebel spirit, child, it had me amped up. Because I was like, I'm going to speak at this podium. If Metcalf got to come walk me out, that's fine. I'm gonna speak. They not gonna play me like that. Enough is enough.
I agree with you with that. Like, I wasn't mad, and I came on here again and said I wasn't mad that Jed took that casket. You talking about some battles you had? I went to the farmers market last Saturday.
Yeah.
Half was with 18 and half was against us.
He
but I left
me
out of
soon
there and
as he's
said,
like, I don't think everybody like us.
because it was people who I grew up with that I was really. I'm gonna show you how messed up this was. It wasn't until I really left, like a couple of days later, I said I was really arguing up there, and I was like, because, man, when I tell you they was defending the mayor, but when I came out and was like, what about the water? But what I hit them with that made them really think, I said, don't y'all support MLK and Malcolm X? They like, yeah. I said, you don't think he'll be here fighting for the people with the water?
Right.
They get quiet.
Yeah.
Then when I tell them, I said, I had 2 uncles that died from cancer. Went from stage 1 to stage 4 in weeks. In 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can't drink the water. And it was like, all of that to them, it was their big thing. To me, it brought me back to when Barack Obama drunk the water and said it was fixed. But us as a people, but we can't get on him. I get it. Y'all don't want to critique him, but I'll do it. But that don't mean I'm a bash a person down because I'm saying he was wrong for that. That don't mean I hate the brother. But it's like these people, they was really mad. They don't care about. They got people who dying in Flint who can't drink the water. They don't want the mayor embarrassed. That's when I was like, damn.
Well,
about him being embarrassed. Damn, people dying can't drink water, but you worrying about the mayor looking bad. It blew my mind.
Well, I mean, that reminds me of, I think that's a poverty mentality. And this is what just came to me. There's a stereotype, and I'm not going to even say a stereotype. Some of us black people will look like we got money, but we ain't got 50 cents in our pocket.
Facts.
So it's an illusion. People are more comfortable with an illusion than the reality. That's what's going on in our community too.
Yeah.
It's an illusion.
Yeah.
But and that goes back to the trauma. Like I said, I believe that the 2 councilwomen are dealing with unaddressed trauma.
Yeah.
You're acting manic and it's all this hatred. They need to go home and heal themselves. Seriously, I'm not even joking about that. Because it's spilling over. You feel it as soon as you enter the chambers. But yeah, it's all an illusion. We don't have time for that. You got to face what we dealing with and deal with it head on.
Oh, we got another call.
You right about that.
Hello, and thank you for calling the book. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Lord, this Maria. I had to call in for Sister Taliba.
Oh, that's
Hey.
family there.
Wa alaikum salam.
That's family there.
Lord, it is so refreshing to hear such I can't even describe it. A peaceful spirit. Let me say that.
A peaceful spirit.
A peaceful spirit. And then I wanted to ask you, Sister Taliba, are you a social worker? Because, honey, you talking
Yes.
all my language.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I'm a clinical social worker. And when you was like, they need to go and heal, I'm like, Lord, I've been saying that for years.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Y'all 2 need to link up. I
Yes.
don't know. Y'all some local social workers, both of y'all.
Indeed. I can't go by the book.
Right.
I got to meet them where they at.
Yeah.
But you have brought up some good points. And I also think that a lot of them are stuck.
Yes.
Because they keep bringing up things they can't fix, like the monkey thing and the BITCH thing and all that other stuff. That happened in the past. You can't change it. The only thing you can change is how you react the next time. And how you operate together. And then I saw some stuff on one of the council members, and they are currently working in a field where they do team building. What the heck is happening?
Wow.
If you're doing team building, why aren't you operating in that capacity in council?
She's
Who
also
is that?
the likability expert.
Oh,
Yeah,
child.
likability expert, that as well. And she's working with children.
Well,
So go ahead.
no. You go ahead.
No, so that's all I was doing. I was sitting here just listening. I'm like, oh my God, her spirit is so calm. And when you were going off on them yesterday, I enjoyed that too. Not one cuss word, but you demanded your respect, and I loved every second.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You are so welcome, and continue to be you.
Yes,
And I'm watching.
Yes.
Thank you, Miss Carter.
All right, love y'all.
You have a blessed one.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, that was important for me to establish my boundaries with Mr. Lord, with Miss Lewis.
About to get us in trouble.
Yeah, that was important for me because she, like I said, like I told her at that podium, you got away with it once, never again. But that's what we have to do individually and collectively. Once you see deviant behavior, check it. Facts. So many of us swallow what we see. And I have one of the best teachers.
You asked for we got another caller.
Okay, can you tell him to hold on?
Can you hold on 1 second, caller?
Okay. One of my teachers, my dear sister T from the D, Tamaya. That sister, she is a beautiful spirit and she don't bite her tongue. And I appreciate that about her. As much as I advocate for other people, in certain relationships, sometimes I swallow things. And I am striving to get out of that. Okay? But that's what we need to do. Regardless who get upset, who get mad. That's what we need to do. And that's why we should all be up there. And not even at the chambers. Cynthia Haynes, when I went to the water commemoration that Mama Claire did, she got up there, she received a lot of flack, but she said even going further on a state level, this fight, and I agree with that. We have to evolve our fighting tactics. We can't just be one way. We got to have the Marines, the Navy, the Army. We have to have different ways to fight this war. And let me go even further. We are definitely in a spiritual warfare, but you can't use a gun for spiritual warfare. I don't care if you Muslim, an atheist, a Christian. There's nothing wrong with reading the Bible, reading the Quran, whatever book, whatever holy book. It's wisdom in there. It's wisdom in there. And you have to fight on that level too, in your meditations, in your prayers. If we're in a spiritual warfare, you have to battle the enemy in a various ways. So, because we're being attacked.
Yeah, I've been attacked by a lot of people too.
Lord have mercy. Thank you for calling
Especially
the bump.
from y'all
What's
crew.
your name and where you calling from?
Nate Jackson.
Hey, my sister.
Oh, that's Sister
Yes, Miss
Hey,
Renee.
my sister Wentis.
Hey.
Miss T. I don't know. I don't want to mess your name
Taliba.
up. Hey, Sister T.
Yes.
Sister T.
Now y'all know I got to tell it.
Tell it
All
what.
right, now today I kind of felt like that word that they give us as an outsider for what happened this morning, because that hurt me with all that arguing, between them, because I did ask Mr. Jet to come and help Flint. Y'all know I'm down for Flint. But today I got to the feeling where, like, well, should I still be worrying about Flint? Because it seemed like everything just going wrong. I don't understand why people didn't realize what happened. It was the mayor. I don't see how they couldn't see that.
Right.
That's it, and that's all.
Period.
If they would wake up and realize what's going on. Each way this man is trying to help, do y'all realize they throwing a fork in his fire? They tearing him down either way he go.
Yes.
If Flint got to stand with each other, that's it. If you just walk side, I keep saying, if you don't have a casket, if you don't have no boots on the ground, walk side by side.
Fact.
If it's 200 of y'all walking side by side, Jed gonna bring it. And if he bring it, y'all, it might hit up here. I keep telling y'all, it might hit where we up here in Chicago. Once it hit here, it might just go nationwide. But if everybody arguing and fighting and clowning with one another, Flint ain't gonna they gonna stay in the same situation they in. You got to. they need to march with each other. Just what it is I see here, it's a lot of beef going on. That's it. We got people don't like each other. It ain't time for that. Right. Y'all need to put that in the back. Don't worry about if I don't like Winters or I don't like Nikki, I'm over here arguing about no. We got people have died. Y'all have lost a lot of people. And I can tell y'all about cancer because I have it. And it's painful. It's very painful. My nephew is dying right now from it. So it's no joke, people. It's not none to play with. So I can imagine, think about how many people have died. Y'all got kids might grow up with not even make it be our age. You just never know, right? See, that's what I'm saying. I'm an outsider, but this morning I started to give up, but I can't give up on my Flint. I cannot. I just cannot. And I'm here, and I love y'all, and if I can ever get there, I'm going to put, I don't know about boots, y'all, but I'm going to have some gym shoes on the ground. All right, then. Thank you, Sister Renee.
Love you too, sister. You have
love
a
you, Miss Renee.
Love you. I love you too, and have a blessed one.
You too. You as well. Bye-bye. I love her.
She is the best.
Facts.
I mean, you know, but even though even though we you know, it was the little tensions this morning. It was a little tensions.
It was my foot.
Man. It was a little tensions.
Little tensions, my foot.
It was a little tensions this morning. What Maria say? I didn't.
No, I put it up there. She said my baby had cancer.
Yeah.
Wow. Been in remission for 7 years.
She got twins, and one of the babies had cancer from this. Like her baby. Like Maria, how old was the baby? Like 2 or 3, like her baby.
And that's the one to be doing the combat sport, right?
Both of them in karate or
one
judo,
of them I know I watch because Jaleel usually be putting on his Wilson, and they rough though.
They need to whoop their daddy
What's up,
up.
Maxter?
Whoop your daddy up. I think he in the comments now. Is this Jaleel in the comments?
I put his comments on the screen. So I'm over here working double time too. But today, you know what? I kind of do want to.
But I'm glad they. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I do want to. Let me go first. Go ahead, sister. Go ahead.
He being kind because you're here because you know you're gonna tear him up. But I'm
That's about the only reason.
I'm glad that cooler heads prevailed.
Yes.
I'm glad that Jed settled down, called back. I'm glad that Maurice calmed down, and it is put to rest.
Yes.
You can use our property. Do what you need to do. It's done.
Yes.
You know, I am so glad. Like, let it rest. Let it rest. We don't need nobody, as we said, the outsiders, we don't need nobody stirring up no more BS. Let it rest. You know? And so how do you feel about that? Like,
that I liked how it ended. They both were able to come back after saying very harsh things to each other. They both came back and made peace with each other, which we should all be able to do. You know what I mean?
You keep saying that, right?
Yeah. So I really appreciated that. Now, I will say this. Whoever started the mess, we need to identify who the person was that started it.
Girl, she be for find who is it and call them out. Winters, call them out. I'll be like, damn, I got enough enemies.
But you know what? But that's where I could come in and say where you can see.
Oh, she was 3 when she was diagnosed.
It was, even though it looked like it was gonna be working out bad, but it turned good. Yeah. Because like my mother said, we be talking at each other, not talking to each other. And I think that's really what it was, because you could tell this whole thing is a bunch of tension anyway. It's like everything is so tight right now because of how you seeing this mayor is acting, this administration, and how you seeing the council people act. Because last night, I sat up there and see the police was mad at Liddell, though.
Yeah.
When the officer said, like, they had their own conversation when he said, look, I'm not finna sit up. You cannot arrest everybody in here. Liddell wanted everybody arrested. And that's how I see with the mayor doing. Because why is you calling this man, calling Maurice up anyway, saying what's going to go down? You know, that need to be looked at, too. How's a mayor calling people up, saying this gonna go down. Like if this go down, that ain't kind of strange.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, who calls and threatens you? You can't threaten.
He's used to
you,
getting his way.
That's what I said.
He's used to having enablers. That's why I say call them out. Name them. Name them. So whoever stirred this pot with Jedediah and Mr. Davis, they need to be named. And no name, correct me if I'm wrong, the Bible say name them, call them out, who separate the sheep. So they need to be called out. How else you going to stump the enemy out if you can't identify them? Because they'll always show up in a different mask with a different face, a friendly face.
Mm-hmm.
So people need to be called out. Hold them accountable. They not going to be accountable. Okay, so we going to hold you accountable. Period. That's what Flint needs to start doing.
Facts.
So, yeah, that person still needs to be identified. I'm glad my elder and my brother Jedediah made peace. That was beautiful. After all of that hell raising, it was beautiful. But now we need to identify the perpetrator.
Which may be more than one.
And
okay, I'm not surprised at all.
Because remember, even in they had these COINTEL agents. See, this is what we keep forgetting. We keep thinking this can't happen. What happened back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, 80s. That's why Elijah Muhammad said history is the best teacher. Because you can go back and look and see what's going on.
Yes.
And like we keep saying, you read that book from Jordan Sheridan, We the Poison. And can understand how a person can go in, like you say, they got two faces. When they go in that back, they come out with a different one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can see the confusion that's going on. And I'm going to go back to this, because I get them emails. Where was the complaints that supposed to been put in on the mayor?
The recalls. We talked about that.
But where's the complaints too? Where's the complaints? Now that email said the reason Dana Nessel had to go and they had the people who put him in, the complaints in, 3 of them. Where was
Jocelyn
the mayor?
Benson, right.
Yeah, Jocelyn Benson. Where was the mayor's complaint that was supposed to go in? Now, all these people were saying they was running down here to these places, turning these complaints in. Come to find out, ain't no complaints in, or did they push the complaints to the side?
Mickey, we've talked about this before, and Sister Taliba agree with me if I'm wrong. Poverty is a big business.
Yes.
You know, why, again, like, this system wasn't designed for us. The government, the Constitution, none of that was written for us. Like, if, again, as I tell Mickey about them beans and that little piece of silver, like, that's what they thought about us. We counted as beans and silver and a few trinkets of gold. We wasn't even considered individual humans. You know what I'm saying? So that all of them rights and stuff, the system was never designed for us to succeed. If we were able to stabilize ourselves, then there would be no money for people to come in here and grab. Do you think they want to see us succeed, stabilize? Look at that room down there today for the few that were hand selected. When did they do the applications? When did they do the selection? Who, you know what I'm saying? Like, how? Nothing, just the people always get left out.
Yes.
Nobody cares about the little man down there. And it's the little man that's really doing the work that's keeping it going for the big man up here.
Yep.
Not a recall, Miss Junior, not to cut y'all off. I was talking about the complaints about what the mayor was doing, like the different rules that's been broken, not no recall on them. When they were saying they took it to all the different rules he been breaking. But I will go back over it probably this weekend.
Hand selected lottery. Yeah, that was a good one. Good one he pulled up.
So, if you don't mind, I would like Brother Jalil to explain why he put that ayat in the chat.
Oh, about this about to get good.
Suspicion and backbiting.
I had it on the screen.
What did Jalil then said? Now?
I would like for him to explain that and why did he put that. To answer Riri's question, or not question, but I guess her statement in regards to me reading Candace. I had ran out of time the first time, but I was coming back up there for the next meeting. And I was going to address her and Dr. Lewis on the Jezebel spirit that they carry.
She walked out. They broke on.
Okay, yeah. I had to get home to my family. I didn't even mean to stay that long, but I was hot. To answer Pastor Gaddis' question, yes, I will continue to go to city council. I specifically went last night because I wasn't going to be able to make the meeting on Tuesday for responsibilities that I have with my children. So I chose to go last night to speak on the EPA's decision with lifting the emergency order.
How you feel about that disaster?
I'm confused because what does that mean for Flint residents now?
Would you let your children drink the water?
Of course not. I mean, I'm so conditioned, and I know that bottled water is not healthy either because of the microplastics that we intake. But I'm comfortable in this condition. I will not drink tap water. But I have questions. What is that? Will the city continue to provide the filters? Does that mean that pregnant women can safely drink from the tap water? What's going to happen to the Flint waiver health insurance? If you were living or working or doing something in Flint, you automatically, the child automatically gets the Flint waiver. So that's Medicaid benefits until I think the age of 21. So is that going to go away now?
I think that's your answer to Sister Talibah.
Okay, we must do for self or continue to suffer the consequences. We must unite our like-minded people to get farmland, establish our own schools and hospitals, and create our own jobs. Brother Jalil, what's his name? Alim? I don't have on my glasses.
Yeah, Jalil.
Yep, Jalil Alim. Is this Brother Jalil?
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, assalamu alaikum, Brother Jalil.
He's trying to come on here in disguise. That's Jalil.
No, he gonna get in trouble for fraternizing with us.
Yes,
Jalil, you gonna get a call to the mayor's office.
I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And that goes back to Black people needing to believe in themselves. And that's what I appreciate about the Nation of Islam, the teachings of Elijah Muhammad, is that being self-sufficient and do for self. Don't have a welfare mind.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So I really appreciate their teachings in regards to that. That is so very true. Yep. So thank you, Brother Jalil, for putting that in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what else you got, Sister Taliba? We're gonna let you get out one more good point before we get out of here tonight.
What Miss Renee said, when she was talking, and I can't remember everything she said, but I thought about Flint. She triggered a thought that Flint is like Israel. The Ten Commandments, the movie The Ten Commandments. And we're dealing with a Pharaoh. And it's just that fight between Moses and Pharaoh. That's what I'm seeing. And there's a lot of the Flint residents are Israel. They're being led to freedom. You know what I mean? But also being disobedient. Once they get to land, they cross the sea, they resort to what? Idol worship.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't have any patience. I think this city is in the same situation. And that story is very relevant. And I question if anyone else in this city, specifically, well, I'm not going to even say specifically Christians, because that story is in the Quran as well. But has anyone else recognize that about our city, especially when Easter just passed. You know what I mean? So I wondered that. So when Miss Renee called, I had jotted that down because she had triggered a memory for me.
And we know how you get on that idol worship.
Yeah, because it's very, very true. And like even if you don't believe in a higher source or God, idol worship is still there. To rely on someone else. That's a welfare mindset. Like I want to say Brother Jalil was getting at. We have to rise above that.
Yeah, because he put another surah in there for you.
It's a reminder for us to stay focused on the mission to liberate our people. Surah 49, ayat 12.
Well, that's why, like, I believe, like, we shared the same, we shared the same sentiment about the RX kids. Like, that was the pipeline of welfare all over again.
I made an error.
Are you saying you like RX kids?
You have me. A10 has me on camera. Brother Jalil was in the audience, too. I'm looking. Tamaya T. Fernandine was over there. Was that the same night that wasn't Eva's last day? Never mind. Tamaya wasn't there, but Brother Jalil was there. Dr. Mona had asked me if I would go up there, because I did believe in the program. At that time, I had just finished up my degree, my grad degree, and I had interned for Dr. Kenyatta Dotson with Wow Outreach at Church Without Walls. And I had a connection, not a strong one, to Dr. Mona. So I went up there and encouraged the passing of RX kids because I was in that situation. As a 18-year-old single mother, I put myself back in those shoes. And I remember having to go down to the welfare office. I remember having to sign up for WIC when WIC had them big embarrassing coupons that you had to rip off. And so even though I was a single mother, I was still a go-getter. You know what I mean? I worked. After I had my daughter, I worked. And I had high aspirations. But I went back to that my 18-year-old self, and I said, if it were me, I would put that money to good use. And I would probably start my own business or do something.
Well, you see, you talking about you though.
Yeah, but see, and then I've had clients that have that same motivation to do better. So I saw the good in it, and I didn't look at, may Allah forgive me if I was in error. But I didn't look at, promoting fornication, promoting the family unit being incomplete. You know what I mean? Promoting baby daddies. But I was just focused. I just took myself back to my 18-year-old self and my 20-year-old self.
You seen the money.
Yeah, because I was like, oh.
You seen the money.
No, it just comes to you.
Yeah, I would.
Like this is extra money.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But what happens after that 13th month when that money is gone and that mama's still suffering with that baby?
Yep. So I see that side too. So I went up there at 8:10. That's when y'all was allowed to be in the front.
Oh, girl. We like our little back corner. We got a corner made just for us. What you talking about?
And I went up there and read my little speech. But if that money does some families good, may it be a benefit to them, and may it take them and elevate them higher. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I can do now.
Listen, we all done did things that you don't, like you said, you was coming from a mother standpoint.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of things, that's the human side.
Yeah.
That when you be like, okay, young, because people don't like, it's young mothers out here. I be seeing them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Any kind of help you can get, you thinking like they would need it. But I get what Winter's saying, like when it's over, then what?
Yep.
you pushing them back out
They
here.
didn't give them any skills or anything to sustain themselves.
I had goals though.
Yeah.
So and you said that, Mickey. I had never planned on being a single mother.
Shit, do any of us?
Some people do.
Oh, hell, they crazy.
It depends on the trauma. And someone just came to my mind where they repeatedly, the power of the tongue, stated, I don't want to get married. I don't want to get married, because they saw what their parents went through, the abuse. You see what I mean?
Yes.
And this is someone very close to me. So, yeah, I never wanted to be a single mother. But I ended up in that position because at that time, I didn't love myself. I did not. I didn't know, child. I'm not about to have a therapy session at the end of the show.
Another show.
All right, we're gonna have to bring her back. We're gonna have to have
a
ladies panel. We ain't gonna name it
You
nothing.
need to bring Sister Circle back and quit playing.
That got then it took 18 now. Here we go. You on here starting mess.
Mickey, can I have another show?
Hell no, because every time you start something,
Mickey, I want another show.
it go left.
Me, Sister Taliba, and Maria.
No, because you start some stuff and then it go left, and you know who be
I
back
think
holding
me,
the
Sister
bag.
Taliba, and Maria would do real good with Sister Circle.
Yeah.
Damn it.
The spirit just came over me and said, Mickey, leave that alone. Like how you said you talk to yourself. I just talked to myself live and said, I got to go on history. And you ain't got a good track record with doing other shows. I'm just
I'm like the Patti LaBelle. I don't want nobody else.
You are Michael Jackson. You don't know how to play with the rest. I'm just
and I'm going to take my ball and go home.
Yep. And then I
Well, can I say something
Yes,
before
ma'am.
you shut it down?
Yes, you can.
Because I never addressed what Big Bro Snow said. I don't know if he's still on here. But when he was talking about the quote-unquote toxic outsiders, he is owed an apology. I did not like him being dragged for a potential disability that he has. I don't know, if it's true that maybe he has, lost a leg or whatever. Because
I ain't never seen him like.
Yeah, I've never seen. I don't know him. But if that is true, I thought that was absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
What you cut your eyes at me for like that?
And Angie, I wasn't talking about pole talk. I'm waiting on that to get back.
No. Pole talk. Don't get me started on pole talk.
Oh my goodness, we gonna
No.
just leave it there.
No, because that was hellfire in the background.
Hey, me and Angie did good. We did.
You and Angie Match really did. Y'all did good.
Thank you.
And with that, this what
and
we
she only said 2 people.
And that's what we end the show at.
Wait.
Do you want to talk about the other one? This is your time. No, I'm just playing. We had such a good positive show, and we gonna keep it like that.
And thank you, Trevor. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna shut up. Thank you, Trevor, for standing up for the black women on one of your shows, one of the last shows that you did. Thank you for explaining Discord and standing up for the black women that had a negative experience with a black male.
Ain't that something?
You are not a white supremacist.
Ain't that something? Thank
you, Trevor.
Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you.
Ain't that something?
I appreciate you.
And I know ain't no council person will be rolling with nobody like that at this black women.
You see how he's trying to get he's trying to start some mess over there. But we're going to end this show.
No.
Because this is a drama-free office.
Yep. I know when nobody
Stay tuned
be rolling
for the bump tomorrow.
I don't know when nobody be rolling with a person that would disrespect black women.